Welcome to lesson number 1, where I'll talk about categorizing CSS rules. Now, I'm starting with this because it's a fundamental aspect of SMACS. You'll always need proper organization when writing CSS. So first of all, let me give you an example of some CSS that's not categorized so well. And this is some CSS that I wrote for a project a couple of years ago. So right off the bat, we're starting with some general declarations here, which is good. These are called base rules, and it's always a good idea to start with them. But as we go down, we notice that there are also some duplicates. So we're defining some properties for the typography on the top, and then again other properties for the same element basically further down. That's not a good practice. Also, all the elements are placed one after another. They kind of lack that structure that will allow you to properly scan a CSS document and easily find something that you're looking for. So, for instance, I have something for small thumbs here, for blog posts, for an embed container. You know, if you don't mark these properly, if you don't use proper comments on them, it's going to be really difficult to maintain. And then we have some more general declarations here, and we can see more elements. There is no way to distinguish what elements are for, default styles, which ones are for positioning, which ones are for the different modules or the different sections of the website. So overall, it's a pretty badly written CSS. Now, I'm not gonna go over the entire CSS. You can check out the source files and have a look yourself. But my point here is that without proper organization, you don't know where to start when it comes to maintaining and possibly updating a CSS file. So how can you organize a CSS file better than this? Well, SMACS proposes you use 5 types of categories. And those categories are the following. First one is base. And then we have layout, followed by module. Then it's state. And finally, it's theme. Now, let's briefly go over each one. The base rules refer to default or general document styles. Think of when you're setting a margin or padding that should be applied to an element wherever that element is on a page. Or, for example, setting a style for a link. That should be included in the base rules. The second one, the layout rules, allow you to divide the page into sections, and they contain several modules. The modules are probably the ones that you'll use most. They are the reusable parts of a page. For example, sidebar widgets, page headers, banners, footer, and so on. State rules describe various states of the modules or the layouts. For example, you could have an expanded or a collapsed state for a specific module, or active, inactive, or visible, hidden. You get the point. Finally, theme rules are used when you're doing theming. They're very similar to state rules, but in this case, they describe how modules look like when another theme is being used. Now, in the next lessons, I'll talk about each one of these categories in more detail. Next up, base rules.